Hey brooms and bassoons, it's time to get it. Hey everybody, my name is John and welcome to ADITW, A Day in the Word, the internet's favorite Bible study. We're in a bit of a different setting today. If you follow the vlog, you know that Sweet Bear and I have not been at the loft. We have not been home in a long time. We're spending a lot of time in the suburbs, so I am in my lovely parents' house right now. But it's still gonna be an awesome show. You know, I get a lot of requests from you all with different topics that you want me to make videos on. And the requests, they're always very different. Sometimes they're really creative, sometimes they're kind of confusing, and some requests that I get are just downright funny. No, I will not write a spoken word so you can ask your girlfriend to the 8th grade dance. Reach out to me again at prom. But the request that I get most often is to talk about the end times, the apocalypse, the last days, the second coming, Revelation. And so today, as a bit of a transition, I thought I would take a little time to talk about this final book of the Bible. To start, Revelation was written by the disciple John while he was in exile. And the book is full of these visions and these poems and these songs and these stories that he received from the Lord while he was stranded on the island of Patmos. Now, as I already mentioned, this book is what's called an apocalyptic scripture, meaning that it deals with the end times, the destruction of the world, a time where Christ will come again. But you see, this book, it is very poetic and very artistic, so many parts of it are not meant to be taken literally. And if we're honest, I think that the reason that most people request videos about this book is because it's really, really confusing. And guess what? It's confusing for me too. Most of these visions and these poems and these songs in Revelation, I don't know how to decipher them at all. And to be honest with you, I don't think that anyone else does for sure either. One thing that I really can't stand is when I hear Christians claim that they know exactly what every vision in Revelations is about. They know exactly what beast is a sign for what, and they know the exact date that the world is coming to an end. Because even Jesus himself said that the date and the hour of his return is unknown. So to say that you somehow have the key to understanding the apocalypse is not only arrogant, but also maybe unbiblical. And that is why I am not going to go through a 21-week study of this book. At least not right now. However, I do want to give you a bit of an overview on what I believe this book is about on the whole. I've said this many times before on this show that just because you can't understand all the details doesn't mean you can't understand the big picture. And where the details of Revelation are really confusing and really abstract, the big picture of Revelation is not only very clear, but extremely encouraging. I heard a story recently about a pastor who took a class in seminary on this book, Revelation. And at the end of the semester, the professor stood before the class and said, "After 40 years of studying the book of Revelation, I have come to only one conclusion. Evil is real, God is sovereign." When you study this book, or if you ever do, and you start to feel bogged down, you start to feel confused with all the details, I want you to remember that little phrase. You may not be able to understand all the details, but God is sovereign. You may not know when temptation is going to come knocking at your door, but God is sovereign. You may not know the exact date that the world is going to end, but God is sovereign. And if Christ is for us, then who can be against us? Thank you all for watching this sort of different episode of A Day in the Word. We're in a different place. We sort of did a different thing in covering an entire book in one episode. Don't worry, we're not going to be doing this all the time. I just wanted to touch on some thoughts on Revelation in this. Next week, we're going to be back with chapter 1 of a brand new book. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Thank you so much to everyone who put in an order for the Keep Being Awesome shirts. If you remember, we said that your shirts would be delivered by the end of June. It looks like that's actually going to be a little bit longer. I think at this point, you can expect them towards the middle of July, hopefully. I'm sorry for the delay. I really am. We just want to make sure we get all the sizes right so that there's no issues. I promise you, they're coming. They're going to be awesome. You're going to be awesome. Everything's going to be awesome. Keep being awesome.